Howdy folks, it's Alter here and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator, and today we're going to do, well, it's not an IFR flight, but it's not technically a VFR flight either. It's going to start as a VFR flight. We're going to fly quite some distance to land, which should be IFR, but it's not, because I didn't set it up that way, because we're sightseeing, but we're sightseeing in a small regional plane, because it would take hours and hours and hours to get to our destination in a little tiny plane. So that's why we got this thing. I'm just trying to think of how I should explain what's going on. So we are at Tuktoyaktuk, Canada, just south of the Arctic Circle, which is right about there. And we're going to fly south to Zubko Airport in Inuvik, Canada, Northern Territories. And why do you think that might be, those of you who have been with the channel for a long time? Because season 11 of Alone has dropped a couple weeks ago, but it's in the early stages of the season. And it's a TV show that my wife loves, and I watch it with her because I like it too. It's a survival thing. In terms of reality TV, it's probably one of the most realistic, I guess. People have cameras. My kid, he's like, how can they really be alone if there's people videotaping them? I'm like, oh, no one's videotaping them. They're trained to use like 10 different cameras to videotape themselves. And then if there's a problem, they radio, and then they get picked up. Pretty straightforward concept. Season 11 already. And where are they? They are operating out of the Mackenzie River Delta in the Arctic Circle. So, the Mackenzie River Delta is this whole area right here, over here. I found the closest airport to it, and that's the Tuktoyaktuk Airport. Normally, with each season of Alone, we will fly to the exact locations people are based out of, and I figure that out by looking at the video of the show, and then looking for certain things that I can see on a high resolution, or the best resolution they have of Google Maps and Bing Maps, and I can actually pinpoint exactly where the people are staying. Of course, in the show they point out where they're staying, but that doesn't mean they're really staying there. But when you watch the video that they take of themselves, you can find things and know exactly where they are. I normally do that for every season, but not this one, because it's just too much. Too much vast area that all looks exactly the same. I'm not able to pinpoint where people are staying, but we're going to try. We're going to do our best. So, we're going to get in this thing, and we're going to fly southwest, and then we'll fly to this area here, and we'll look around, because that's where they are in season 11. Then we'll fly south to an airport. Now, yeah, you might be asking, why is this plane already running? Because at this airport, there were no places to start other than on the runway, and when you start on the runway in the simulator, it starts running. You can only be cold in the dark if you start off the runway, and that was not an option. So, I don't know what they start and don't start when they do it themselves. So I'm going to assume everything is good. We're just going to fly away. So because of that, I don't even have my checklist out, because I don't know what they did versus what I do. We're just going to fly. I do have our destination in the computer. So what we can do, if I can remember how to fill it out, if I can make this thing full. How do I get this unsplit? Oh man, it's been a long time since I've flown this thing. I used to know this so smoothly and so well, and I don't remember anything. I don't know, whatever, I'll figure it out. Anyway, what we're going to do, we're going to fly around, and then when we're ready to go to destination, I will just go into FMS and put direct from wherever we are, and then we can just set up autopilot to follow it. That's how we're going to do it. So it's not really an IFR flight, but I do have our destination in there. And why is it only doing that side? I want to do this side. Probably because there's a zoom in and out. Why is this different than I'm used to seeing? And I've flown this thing a bazillion times. Why am I struggling here? Anyway, if you want to see where we're flying, this is where they are operating out of for season 11. So we're going to fly over there and then come back here. Whatever. I'll have time in there to figure it out. So we're going to... Oh, it already does the takeoff stuff for you. Yeah, when you start on the runway. Okay, so we're ready to go. Man, that was a long intro. whatever, doesn't matter. My zoom flaps are down. Let's put them down 1. Hold the parking brake because they don't know how short this runway is. All I think is pretty long. And let's go. Take off just like that. Alrighty. So very simple flight, I guess. My flights have been getting simpler and simpler. And I kind of apologize for that. I kind of don't. Because I'll just fly however I want to fly unless I get like, you know, subscriber requests or something. But other than that, I know my flights have been getting really simple. Simpler aircraft, simpler flights. But that's what I feel like doing lately. Oh, gear can come up on this one. And whoops. Okay, so this is an airplane where my switch panel doesn't work. Okay, that was a bad idea. Did our gear come up though from that? Oh, it did. So, those of you who don't watch the channel, I have the multi-panel and the switch panel from Logitech. And the multi-panel with the autopilot and trim and everything and flaps. Oh, yep. My yoke is all the way down and we're going backwards. There we go. My multi-panel works for every aircraft. That's the autopilot and flaps and trim and stuff. However, the switch panel with all the billions of switches on it only works on some aircraft, and it works on fewer aircraft than you think. So I kind of regret having the switch panel because of all the issues I have with it, but I love the multi-panel. Alrighty, where are we headed? We're gonna follow this map, I guess. Oh, we're overheating, so we're gonna follow this map, head out here to the Delta, and then we'll head to the airport. Trying to think. Yeah, this multi-flight display is driving me crazy. Oh, there. That was embarrassing. It was very simple. I figured it out. Don't you worry about me. Alrighty, this thing wants to climb because it wants to go faster and climb because it's meant to do that, but we're going to keep it low to the ground. Where are we at? We didn't even get weather, did we? Alrighty, looking out the window. Ooh, it's icing up. Isn't icing turned on? Did they not turn icing on for us? Ice, de-ice, de-ice. Thank you. Hopefully it works. Yes, instantly. Oh no, it's still there a little bit. Anywho, where are we headed? Into the clouds. Can't see what we're doing. I'm just going to keep going this way. Will this work now? It does work now. Thank you. Yeah, it is over the Delta. I know they're working out of these areas here, so that's kind of where we're headed. Trimming down though, so we don't climb, because I just want to gain my speed. Beautiful. Can I drone for a minute? I think I can drone for a minute. Let's see, so I can get back to this. There we go. Again, pretty simple. I was going to make this an IFR flight, but then they would have yelled at me because I was going to come over here first. So that's why it's kind of a VFR flight. Something like that. That's the meaning for it. I don't think I did a good job explaining that at the beginning of the video. But yeah, that's the reason for it. So I have reasons for things. Not always. But I often do have reasons for things. And, yep. Time to head back. Head back into the plane and stay below these crazy clouds, which are really low to the ground right now, especially for a plane like this. It is beautiful, though. I mean, it's not as high quality scenery, default scenery, as other places, because why are they going to fly high resolution planes over this area when they don't need to? So it's pretty much purely satellite, I think. But looks good. I mean, it's as good as I would expect this area to be. How about that? And looking out over the water, that's beautiful too. Look at that, some islands. That's really cool. Those islands are actually really far away. Interesting. Huh. Okay. Well, let's keep staying on target here and check out the Delta before we head to our destination. Ooh, looks like we can climb a little bit now that the clouds broke up. Alright, we're finally getting back over land. And I was going to set up autopilot so I could use the heading bug so that I could look around, but my autopilot, my multi-panel, is not working now because I used my switch panel for this aircraft. So we need to do it the old-fashioned way if I can remember how to do this. Let's push heading bug. There we go. Let's do heading. What do we want for altitude? What are we at right now? Let's just do whatever altitude we're at. Altitude, autopilot, yaw damper. There we go. So now we should be following heading, right? Yep. It's going to keep our altitude where it is, be on the barometer. There we go. So autopilot works. I just wanted to use my multi-panel, and I can't. That's okay. That's fine. The reason why I got my switch panel and multi-panel is, one, is fun to push buttons. Two, when airplanes bounce around in the air and you're trying to push a button and you keep missing it, it's easy to do it on my desk. But my dang switch panel is causing so many problems. But I feel obligated to use it. My wife got me both of these for Father's Day and my birthday last year. Can't remember. I asked for the multi-panel. She got both, which is great. But the switch panel I don't like at all. It breaks too many aircraft. Alrighty, so here we are. What are we doing? Let's go faster. Good speed, low altitude, but that's what we can see. We're getting towards the delta. Once we get to this area here, we'll start looking around more, and then we'll head to our destination. We just want to see where people are trying to survive in Season 11 of Alone. And here we are, just like that. Through editing, we have reached the area where the people have been trying to stay alive. A lot of them are inland a little bit, but they all have access to water. And there's some hills, although it looks pretty flat from the air, but there are some hills down here. Incredible amount of wildlife and game. And yeah, this is where they are. I do have Rover Weather turned on in case that isn't obvious. It's morning, in case that isn't obvious. I did not say those things in the beginning. But here you go. So we're low to the ground, so it's kind of hard to see. Actually, not that low to the ground. We're like 2,500 feet up. But so you can't see a whole lot, but that's because if we got higher, it would just be clouds. But you get the idea. So, well, there's a river going through there. So we'll fly a little bit more and get an idea for where they are in this season of Alone. Like I said, it's airing right now, so I can't accidentally give spoilers because there aren't any spoilers to give quite yet. But yeah, this is where they're hanging out. It's up here where it's cold. And no snow yet in the season. And no snow right now, because if there were, there'd be snow on the ground. But, ominous looking. Cold looking. Not much around. But there you go. So that's where they are. So let's head to our destination now. So we're going to click on this, and we're going to do direct to, just like that. And we go direct to the airport, yes. And then we'll come up here and we'll hit nav, and it'll turn us. I don't know why it's looking like that when it looks like that there. That's kind of weird. Whatever, I'll let the computer do its thing. We're also going to climb a little bit. Let's climb to 4,000. Let's see, how long is the flight? Does it say 20 minutes? We can get up to 5,000, 5,500 even. So let's do that, and let's do vertical speed. I don't know, 1,200 feet per minute, because we can, I think. There we go. Alrighty, we're going to climb. We're going to follow this thing, and then we'll get close to our airport. We will tune it in and tell us we're coming. Actually, maybe we should tell them they're coming now. Should be close enough to... Man, it looks like it's far away, but it isn't. It's not that far. It's only 18 minutes. Alrighty. Looking good. Alrighty, let's see if we can actually tune that in. What was it? Yeah, number 3. Look at that. And let's see what the weather's like there. What? That was weird. Tune in the ATIS. Where was it? Yes.
Visibility 15 and heavy rain. Sky condition, ceiling 1,600 feet broken. Temperature 7. 2.10. Altimeter 29.92. Visual runway 24 in use. Landing and departing runway 24. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact UF Whiskey.
Alright, it says traffic. But it's the device controller. So that's kind of messed up. Anyway, heavy rain running using runway 24, so that's going to be that one right there. So we'll come up, probably fly over the center and then do left traffic pattern. Let's select runway for landing. Runway 24 is the only option. Okay. Full stop landing all over far, far away. I just want to do this now because we can.
Charlie Yankee Echo Victor Traffic Turtle Soup Tango 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 4168 miles northwest, 4,700 feet, inbound to land runway 24.
Alrighty, simple as that. So we're going to enjoy some beautiful sightseeing. No story time in this video. My last video had a lot of story time, not this one. So we're going to fly into this rain, like it says. Oh my goodness. And I'll see you when it's time to approach this thing. Looks like we just flew over Reindeer Station, right here, which I believe was in another season of Alone, I think. Something about Reindeer Station seems awfully familiar to me. So I think they may have had another season here, because they've been in this area before, not as far north as they are in this season, but they have been around here before. Can't remember which season, there are 11 of them. But anyway, a beautiful rainstorm in front of us. Look at that. And beautiful sunrise behind the clouds over there. Of course, the rain cloud happens to be right where we're headed. Look at that. So at least we know where our destination is. So we'll see how scary this is. It's going to get pretty hairy. But like I said, we're just going to fly over, do left traffic pattern. And then we'll see how it goes. So let's announce our position again. We're probably like 28 miles or something, I'm thinking here.
Charlie Yankee Echo Victor Traffic Turtle Soup Tango 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 4124 miles northwest, 5,500 feet, inbound to land runway 24.
Alright, 24 miles, so not too far away yet. But we have a little bit to go. What, 5 minutes it says? Feels longer than that, but that's what it says. And there's the runway. All nice and dark, so let's do this. Let's, why is my panel lights off? That's weird. Let's disengage autopilot and let's actually just fly ourselves. We're not going to go over the center of the runway because we can see where we're going, so we're just going to keep those lights in sight and just come out from here because we can. I think those are clouds. I do not think that is terrain. It doesn't look like terrain. Oh, maybe that is terrain. Why is this going? Ah, come on. Is it terrain? No, it's clouds. Yep, and it's actually stuff on the window, on the windshield. Do you see that? See, it's junk on the windshield. Haha, I thought those were mountains. Okay, I lost sight of the lights. I just said we're going to keep the lights in sight, and then I lost sight of the lights. Where do they go? Come on. Oh, come on. There they are. Jeez. I don't have a image set up, or preset set up for this. Alright, let's see here. Bringing this back. I forgot what gear is because I was using my switch panel before. No, those are flaps. That's gear. Okay. And my panels all went haywire on me, so I'm doing this The old-fashioned way. Sink rate. Fine, let's get flaps out. You got gear down, right? Gears down, flaps are coming out. Airport is right there. There we go. Alrighty. I think we can drop down a couple thousand feet in that short area. Do you think we need to give ourselves more time? I don't know. We're going to be dangerous. We're going to go for it. Announce final because that's kind of what we're doing.
Charlie Yankee Echo Victor Traffic Turtle Soup Tango 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 41 is on final runway 24 to land.
And it's time to land. I literally had to step away for over an hour and a half. So I don't know what I was talking about. So if that was a weird cut, I apologize. Anyway, flaps should be down. Gear is down. We're going nice and slow. We have sync rate. This is perfect. What are you talking about? No. Not the sync rate problem. This is perfect. Anyway, I don't know how I managed to jump back in after being gone for like an hour. I guess because the weather got better. Because even when you pause it, obviously it's like live weather stuff. It, I already know it's final. Yeah, I already did. The weather keeps moving, time keeps moving, so the weather cleared out, so we have a very beautiful 6-knot approach, I guess. Let's give this a little bit of help. There we go. There we go. Oh, this is awesome. Great, I'm glad I paused it and avoided all that weather. It literally cleared out while I was gone. That's kind of funny. Too bad you can't do that in real life. Alrighty, no excuses here. I believe turboprop in the sim, you don't land at idle. Sometimes, I mean, you know what, we're not going to have that conversation right now. We're just going to land. Here we go. And boom. And brakes and reversers, right? We should have reversers because we're turboprop. Oh, yes. Very nice. Flaps up. And I have no idea where we're going. I guess we're going straight ahead. Okay, we're going to taxi ahead here. I did not need to stop in 15 feet, I guess. Anyway, yes. Okay, let's have the turboprop conversation since we're just going to taxi along here. In real life, depending who you talk to, I actually know a real-life turboprop pilot. He says you do not land at idle. Sometimes you do. Depends on the plane. Depends what you're doing. Because generally, with props, you land at idle, like your Cessna 152. And generally, or always, with a jet, you do not land at idle. You'll sink into the ground and smack it. Turboprops, though, depends on the sim, depends on the plane, depends who you talk to. I've had turboprop pilots yell at me in the comments. They're like, of course you land at idle. But then my real-life turboprop friend says, not always. I often do not land at idle in my turboprop. So, depends who you talk to. And in the sim, generally...
Charlie Yankee Echo Victor Traffic Turtle Soup Tango 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 41 is clear of the runway.
Generally in this sim, I find that you cannot land at idle with your turboprops. They will sink into the ground too fast. So, I don't know. That being said, there is a prop, the Beach 18. That prop, not even a turboprop, right? I don't think so. That airplane in the sim, you have to land with thrust, with power engaged, even though it's a prop. So, there you go. Do not take my word for any of that. Just enjoy the sim for what it is. Alrighty, stop right there, set the parking brake, and I'm just going to do a quick shutdown with the crash bar. I'm not going to go through my whole checklist, because we didn't even do the checklist starting either, because it started on the runway. Right, how many hours ago was that in real life? I'm totally lost track of time. Anyway, a wonderful landing, because I stepped away and let the rain clear out. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, hit the like button anyway, just so people know we exist. Hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you know when the next video drops for Flight Sim. We should be having some more bush trips coming pretty soon. We do all the bush trips here on the channel. I do take flight requests as long as it's a plane that is in the sim and wheels up to wheels down is less than 90 minutes. Just leave it in the comments. Otherwise, I mainly do VFR stuff. So if you're first time finding us, subscribe. And if you want more story time, let me know. A lot of people want more story time. I just don't do it every time. But anyway, I'm sick of circling around. I have real life stuff to do. So I'll see you next time.